What's up, you shit for brains? This is your editor, Nick, here. Go ahead and bring this week's Power Rankings video. I believe, what week is it? 14? Week 14. There was no video out last week. We were supposed to do it, but stuff came up. We got lazy. Didn't feel like doing it. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Or before that, again, just want to give a shout out to this little area we have here. It's our little second living room over here. We got a nice fireplace, Christmas themed. Stockings are up. Right, you got some pictures, the Titanic, you got a bunch of Christmas stuff up over here. I'd say this is a better scenery than Joe's ugly, dirty-ass basement that he's in. That thing looks like a homeless man's been living in there for 3 years with a heroin addiction. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So we're going to go ahead and get into this week's matchups. To get started with, we'll go ahead and do Joe and Megan. So we're kind of going to give a first-person perspective on what they think or how they think this matchup went. So let's go ahead. Megan, go ahead and come over and talk about your matchup.
Underperformance is the only word I'd probably use. I think that's been happening a lot with my players. That's why I've had the same player since the beginning of the year. Was on an amazing win streak, and now I am 5 losses straight, which is fine. Drake May did as best as he could do. Could have started Mahomes for 29. Wouldn't have really made a difference, to be honest. Jonathan Taylor did 15. Better than last week when he only gave me 9 points. But considering one time he gave me 40, I think he could do a little better. My other players, underperformance. Tight end did whatever. Chase did okay considering Burrow's back. Overall, average. With Joe's team, we have Hurts, did okay. Saquon Barkley, I thought that guy was good, but apparently he's not with these points, so I have no idea. Nico Collins, did I say Nico Collins? Okay, Nico Collins pulled out the win for him, and so did this B. Bowers guy from the Raiders. Didn't even know they had anyone good on that team, to be honest. So, yeah, either way, I think I think one word for that would be lucky. He got lucky. So, I think it's good enough.
All right, so you can tell her experience with the NFL. So, yeah, I have nothing to say to that. Joe, congratulations. Next up, we're going to go ahead and go over my own father and Megan's father and my fiance. My dad absolutely beat Esmeralda in this case. Okay, I don't know why I'm exaggerating that. It was a simple 10-point win, nothing to have a parade over. Pretty horrible performances from both sides. And you have over here, was it Cameron Dyke? No, Chimera Dyke, whatever his name is. Chi Dyke, I don't know. Then Dallas Goedert, Keenan Allen. Yeah, nothing there. So let's move on from that one. Little snore fest, yeah. Moving on, we have over here. Oh, my goodness. This was probably the highest points matchup. Again, you can see everything. I'm the editor, so I know exactly what I'm doing. So if I don't say it like Joe normally does, it's because I'm thinking it, and I'll go back knowing what I was thinking. I'd hope so. So Jack over here gave, just straight belt to ass, beat the hell out of JJ, 159 to 120. That's a 39-point difference, and I'm pretty sure you'll see this matchup on ass whooping of the week at the very end. So again, that's that. Bijan absolutely popped off. Rasheed Rice went off. Trey McBride, Cortland Sutton. The Falcons defense. The Falcons are ass. And then JJ's, you see DeAndre Swift gave 20 points. The 49ers defense actually had 12. I know for a fact because I was watching the game. He had 2 fumble recoveries and 3 sacks. Not a bad job from the Niners, considering how hurt they are. Now going over to let's go over to Lance and George. So with Lance is George's matchup, that was considerably close. It was like an 11-point difference, 11.24, I believe. It was a difference. Lance took the W. He's 6-7 now. George is 6-7 as well. Considering George has some of the best players. Yeah, 6-7. Okay, my audience just said the 6-7. So yeah, right. Anyways, so he has Josh Allen, Christian McCaffrey, Jackson Smith-Njigba. Right, he has freaking Devontae Smith is decent. Then on top of that, the only reason why he was that close to the race is because of the Seahawks defense with 28 points. They did not only did they not allow any points to be scored on them. Right, they had 4 interceptions, a pick 6, one single fumble. I don't know if they count that in separately or if a pick 6 counted for that. So maybe it was one single thing. I don't know. 4 sacks and they allowed a certain amount of yards. I don't know. But anyways, Lance beat George All right, and moving on to the last Acker brother to take that fat ass L is Sam. Now, I will say I whipped that ass. It was 20 points, 20 point, I think 18, I don't know, 19, whatever. Going on, I have probably the best wide receiver duo with QB is Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams with 21 points, 2 touchdowns, 4 receptions, and 58 yards. A.J. Brown, I mean, he woke up from his year-long coma, 35 points, so heck yeah. And then CeeDee Lamb's the only good one on that team. That gave him Sam 24 points. So now moving on to the next portion that Joe goes ahead and, he goes over is power ranking. So for first place, I have is Jack, again, powerhouse. He had a lot of points. Say what you want. I don't give a damn. I believe he's the first one to clinch it. He was the first one to go ahead and clinch the playoffs. Let me double check. Yes, he was. Clinched his division. So, again, clinched it. Number 2 is going to be me. I clinched the playoff spot as well. Say what you want. I don't give a damn. My record speaks for itself. I'm on a 5-winning streak. You got a problem with it? Go tell Joe. I don't fight the worthless battles that he does. So, number 3 is JJ. Number 4, Joe. Number 5 is Lance. Number 6, George. Now, George, you're probably going to be like, oh, what the heck? I have the most scored points, this or this or that. Yeah, buddy, but your record doesn't prove it. Call it your shitty luck. I don't care. It's your luck. All right? So don't come at me. Don't come at Joe for it. After a while, I understand Joe's perspective. So, again, cry about it. Number 7 is going to be my own father, Lionel. Number 8 is Megan. Number 9 is Esmeralda. And 10 is Sam. You have a problem with it? I don't care. Now, since this video is already getting a little longer, for next week's matchup real quick, I'm not going to go over playoff scenarios too much, to be completely honest with you. I barely know as it is. And the one thing I was getting confused about is Lance, Megan, my dad, and George. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be head-to-head ones, because the one issue right now, I was just talking with Sam, I believe, is between Lance and George. If they both have a 7-7 record, wait, actually, can they? Okay, so I believe that if Lance plays if Lance wins and George wins, they're a tied record, 7-7. Now, since they're both also fit head-to-head, they're 1-1. So I'm not sure if it goes to points from, then obviously George is going to win. George has probably, I think, he has the most points from other than Jack, right? And then points against, so I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. Maybe Joe's going to post out a separate video. Beats me. But that's how that is. Now, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go too much. I don't want to do a bet, not going to lie. Joe does that. I'm not going to go and make a 13-leg parlay just for it to miss all 13. So, yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I'll go over what I expect next week's matchups to be. Between Joe and I feel like I am not going to be doing that good, to be honest with you. Be straightforward. If I don't have Drake London, right, he's usually my point getter. So if I don't have him, I think that's pretty much. I think that I'm going to lose. I'm going to give that one to Joe. Between Megan and my own father, I think Megan is going to beat my dad. Between the two Acker brothers, I think that Sam, you know what? I think George is going to win. Sam's been just shit. Nothing else, less of it. JJ and Esmeralda, I'll give it to JJ. Again, her team is absolute trash. I don't know how, but it is. Actually, I do know how. She doesn't know how to draft and make trades. And then between Lance and George, Jack, I think Jack's going to win. So, other than that, again, for playoff, I think everyone other than Lance, Esmeralda, Megan, and Jack have clinched a playoff spot. Best of luck to everyone. I really hope that you guys make it or don't make it. I don't care. I have no idea what the last place prize is. Joe, I'm pretty sure has told Lance. They're both commissioners. Joe's co-commissioner. Fucking Dwight Schrute. So we'll call him that. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.